This happened about 2 years ago, and I still can't go on a hike without looking over my shoulder every few steps. It started off like any other weekend for me and my best friend, Eric. We were both outdoorsy types, nothing crazy, just local trails, mild elevation, pack your own snacks kind of hikes. That day, we picked a forest trail in Oregon that we hadn't done before. Late October. Chilly, quiet, with leaves crunching under every step. It felt peaceful. Safe. We were about 5 miles in when we found this fallen tree and decided to sit for a bit. Eric pulled out the trail mix, I was sipping some water, and we were talking about stupid stuff, probably football or whatever show we were watching at the time. Then Eric stopped mid-sentence and pointed toward a large, old tree about 20 feet away. "Yo," he said. "Is there something inside that?" There was a hollow at the base of the tree, and something black was wedged into it. It looked like trash at first, maybe someone had stuffed their lunch wrapper in there or something. I got up, walked over, crouched down, and reached in. I pulled out a phone. An old Android, scratched screen, no case, covered in dirt. But the weirdest part? It was still recording. I turned it toward Eric. "Dude, this thing's filming." The timestamp said it had been recording for over 3 hours. Now at first, we just kind of laughed. Like, maybe someone dropped it and it hit record accidentally. We joked about someone filming squirrels and forgetting about it. But as I looked closer, my stomach started to feel weird. There were muddy footprints around the base of the tree, like someone had been pacing or kneeling there. But no sign of a person. No trail markers, no campsite, no gear. Nothing. We figured we'd check the footage when we got home. The battery was at 2%, so we stuffed the phone in my pack and started heading back. I remember Eric saying something like, "We'll probably find some Bigfoot selfie on here." We had no idea how wrong and how terrifyingly real it was going to get. Back at my apartment that evening, we plugged the phone in. It powered on glitchy and slow, like it hadn't been updated in years. We went straight to the camera roll. Most of the clips were black accidental pocket videos, static, or just someone filming the dirt. Then we opened the last video. And everything changed. It started with a view of the forest floor. Boots stepping slowly over leaves. Just some guy walking, filming his own feet. Then the camera tilted up. I got this weird feeling in my gut as the lens rose toward the trees, like I already knew what was coming. And then I saw it. Us. Me and Eric, sitting on that mossy log, eating trail mix. The timestamp? 15 minutes before we found the phone. We stared at each other. Frozen. Goosebumps crawling up my arms. Eric muttered, we were being filmed. The camera zoomed in, hiding behind a bush. You could hear the leaves crunching as whoever held it tried to stay quiet. Then, a whisper. We had to replay it 3 times to make it out. Wait, almost time now. Eric backed away from the screen, shaking his head. Dude, turn it off. I don't want to see this anymore. But I couldn't stop. The footage kept going. We watched as the camera followed us, from a distance, behind trees. Every turn we made on the trail, it was there. Moving slowly. Quietly. The angles changed, but the distance stayed the same, always just far enough to stay hidden. Then the footage cut to black. Just for a second. And then, it switched to night vision. The camera was now positioned inside the hollow, exactly where we found it. Aimed toward the trail. Watching. Waiting. For almost an hour, nothing happened. And then, movement. In the far background of the frame, barely visible, a figure. Standing still. Just at the edge of the trail. No motion. No sound. Just watching. The camera zoomed in. Slowly. Unsteadily. Like even the person behind the camera was scared. And then, the video glitched. Cut to static. And that was it. I slammed the laptop shut. We just sat there in silence. Eric whispered, "That's not some lost hiker. That was planned. All of it." I nodded. I was shaking. Someone had followed us, filmed us, planted that phone, and wanted us to find it. That night, neither of us slept. 3 days later, against all logic and reason, Eric convinced me to go back. "We need to check," he said. "What if there's more?" We returned to the trail. Same path. Same log. Same tree. But the hollow was empty now. Of course it was. But that's when we noticed something else. Fresh prints. Boots, but not like hiking boots. Heavy. Deep. And next to them, animal prints? Huge. Clawed. Like a wolf, but wrong. Eric muttered, "No way." We turned to leave. And then I saw it. Another phone. 20 feet off the path, leaned against a rock. Recording. Same model. Same scratches. Same airy glow from the red recording dot. We didn't touch it. We didn't speak. We just backed away, one step at a time. And then I saw something even worse. Behind the phone, a trail of raw meat. Chunks of it. Dripping. Fresh. Leading off into the deeper woods. Eric whispered, "It's not for animals." That's all it took. We ran. Hard. Didn't stop until we reached the car. And even then, I kept looking behind us. That night, I got a call. Unknown number. No caller ID. I picked up. All I heard was breathing. Then, a whisper. "Why did you leave it?" I dropped the phone. Just dropped it on the floor. A minute later, a message came through. A photo. Of me. From the trail. Taken from behind. Then another. Me and Eric, walking. And in the background, a third figure. Tall. Thin. Watching. I called the police. They searched the trail. Found nothing. No phone. No prints. No meat. No anything. Like it had all been erased. Eric moved out of town 2 weeks later. He said he was done with hiking. Done with everything. I still live here. I kept the original phone in a locked box. Until last month. When I found it on my kitchen counter. Powered on. Battery full. Still recording. I opened the gallery. There was one new video. A zoomed-in shot of my front door. And at the end? A whisper. Still watching. I don't hike anymore. I don't walk alone. And I never, ever answer no ID calls. Because I know. Whatever followed us that day? It never left the woods. It just found its way out. And now it's waiting. For me. To go back.